Okay, now let's continue the discussion in week number 3 and 4. Now let's discuss acceleration, average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, and deceleration, or what we called retardation. Now, first one, let's have acceleration. This is just a recall. When we say acceleration, this is the rate of velocity of moving object, rate of change in velocity of a moving object. So we can say that the velocity could increase or decrease. So that is acceleration. Now, average acceleration is equals to the change in velocity over change in time. And we have also the instantaneous acceleration. This is acceleration of an object at any particular instant. So from the word itself, instantaneous, it's just like the instantaneous velocity, but here instantaneous acceleration, they are approaching to time that is zero. Now, for us to understand these terms, let's have the formula for each of it. The first one, acceleration. So, as we all know, acceleration is given as final velocity minus initial velocity over time, or we can have this one as the change in time. Now, for the average acceleration, this is AV. Again, A, this is small letter A, this is acceleration, and the AV is average. So we read this one as average acceleration is equals to change in velocity over change in time. So we can rewrite this one as b sub f minus b sub I over t sub f minus t sub I for us to get the average acceleration. And last one, we have the instantaneous acceleration. Now, this is the formula for the instantaneous acceleration. This is a limit wherein the change in time is approaching to zero and change in velocity over the change in time. Now, next we have deceleration or retardation. So deceleration, this is a negative acceleration or the velocity of a body decrease with time. Now, yung acceleration, as we all know, positive po siya. Now, in the counterpart for the deceleration, that is a negative acceleration. Now, let's move on to the sample problem number 1 involving the terms that we have encountered. Now, first one, assuming that the velocity of an airplane at any time, symbol is small letter t, is given by the equation velocity is equals to 80 meters plus 0.75 times the time squared. Now find the change in velocity of the airplane in the time interval between time 1 or t sub 1, which is 2 seconds, and t sub 2, which is 6 seconds. And for letter B, find the average acceleration during the same time interval. Again, ang hinahanap natin for the sample problem is the change in velocity of the airplane. Change in velocity of the airplane and also the average acceleration during the same time interval na given po sa letter A. Now, let's try to answer the sample problem number 1. All right, so let's have this one. Find the change in velocity of the airplane in the time interval between time 2 seconds and time 6 seconds. Ang hinahanap po natin sa letter A is the change in velocity. Now, let's have first one, the given. Right, so our given are the following. So t sub 1 is 2 seconds and t sub 2 is 6 seconds. Again, t sub 1, this is your initial time, which is 2 seconds. And T sub 2, this is your final time, which is 6 seconds. Now, required, ano yung hinahanap natin? The first one, we need to calculate for B sub 1. This is your initial velocity. And also, we need to look for the final velocity for us to get the change in velocity. So, since ang given lang na binigay sa atin is time, we still need to look for the velocity 1 or the initial velocity and the final velocity for us to get the change in velocity. Again, naiintindihan po ba? Kasi kung babalikan natin yung sample problem, wala pong binigay na initial and final velocities. Alright? Let's continue. For the equation, ano pong gagamitin nating equation for us to get the initial velocity, the final velocity, and the change in velocity? So, balikan po natin ito. Alright, so assuming that the velocity of an airplane at any time is given by the equation velocity is equals to 80 meters plus 0.75 times time squared. So assuming that the velocity, so ito yung gagamitan nating equation for the velocity. So for the velocity 1 or the initial velocity, this is the equation. V sub 1 is equals to 80 meters plus 0.75 times t sub 1 squared. Now for the b sub 2, it's just the same. We need to substitute lang yung t sub 2 or final time. So for the b sub 2 or the final velocity, we can calculate that one with the use of equation of b sub 2 is equals to 80 meters plus 0.75 times t sub 2 squared. And for us to get the change in velocity, this is given as b sub 2 minus b sub 1. Kapag nakuha na natin yung b sub 1 and b sub 2 natin, we can already calculate or find the change in velocity. Naiintindihan po ba? Alright, next. Now let's proceed to the solution. Right, first one, we need to get the b sub 1. We just need to substitute the time 1 or the initial time. Now, for us to get the b sub 1 or the initial time, that is 80 meters plus 0.75 times 2 seconds squared. Saan po natin ito nakuha si 2 seconds? This is your initial time. Now, if we operate the operations from this equation, we can get b sub 1 as 83 meters per second. So this is your initial velocity for b sub 1. Now for the b sub 2, we have 80 meters plus 0.75 times 6 seconds squared. Saan po natin nakuha si 6 seconds? This is your t sub 2 or your final time. Now, if we perform the operations from this equation, we can get 107 meters per second. So now we have already the b sub 1 and b sub 2. The initial velocity of 83 meters per second and final velocity of 107 meters per second. Now, sa letter A, again, ang hinahanap natin is change in velocity. Now, the equation for the change in velocity is change in velocity is equals to b sub 2 minus b sub 1. We just need to substitute yung nakuha nating b sub 1 and b sub 2 for us to get the change in velocity. So let's try to perform the operation. 107 meters per second, this is your b sub 2 minus 83 meters per second, this is your b sub 1, is equals to 24 meters per second. So this is your answer for the change in velocity, 24 meters per second. Naintindihan? Alright, so that is for letter A. Now let's proceed to letter B. Ano naman pong hinahanap sa letter B? We are looking for the average acceleration during the same time interval. Now given. Now since nakuha na natin yung change in velocity, that will be a given for the average acceleration. Now we have the change in velocity, which is 24 meter per second. The t sub 1 or the initial time of 2 seconds and t sub 2 or your final time as 6 seconds. Anong hinahanap po natin? We are looking for the average acceleration. Now for the equation for the average acceleration, that is given as change in velocity over change in time, or we can express this one or rewrite this equation as b sub f minus b sub I divided by t sub f minus t sub I. Alright, so that is for the equation for the average acceleration. Now let's try to substitute all of the given to the given equation po. Alright, so for our change in velocity, na-calculate natin to kanina, which is 24 meters per second, divided by or over the change in time. So 6s, this is your t sub 2, minus 2s or 2 seconds, this is your t sub I or your initial time. Now, if we perform this one, we have 24 meter per seconds divided by 4 seconds. 24 divided by 4, that will give us the 6 meters per second squared. So that is the answer for the average acceleration. Now, for average acceleration, we have 6 meters per second squared. That is for sample problem number 1. Right, next. This is the different shapes of the slope and their meaning for each type of graph. Now we have 3 different graphs here. We have position versus time. Ito pong lahat na nandito. Velocity versus time. Ito po sa pangalawa. And acceleration versus time. Itong sa pangatlo. And the meaning of the body. Ito po. Nandito yung mga meaning nila. Now, I will not be discussing this anymore because this is not included in your examination. But please be knowledgeable about these different shapes of the slope and their meaning. So first one, ito pong nandito sa taas, we have different coordinates. Alright? And also indicated kung position versus time ba siya, velocity versus time, and acceleration versus time. Itong nasa unahan, this is at rest. Pangalawa, moving with positive constant velocity. Yung pangatlo, this is moving with negative constant velocity. Pangapat, we have the moving towards positive direction with uniform increase in velocity. Alright, panglima, moving towards positive direction with uniform decrease in velocity. And the last one, moving towards negative direction with uniform increase in velocity. So again, please be knowledgeable with these different shapes of the slope and their meaning for each type of graph. Now let's move on to the free-falling bodies, or also known as free fall. Now, free-falling bodies, this is the motion of a body towards the earth when no other forces except the force of gravity acts on it is called free fall. Now, all free-falling bodies are weightless. Now, here in the free-falling bodies or free fall, walang nag-exert ng mga forces sa isang object except yung force ng gravity or the acceleration due to gravity. Now here on Earth, the acceleration due to gravity is given as 9.8 meters per second squared. And always yung gravity po natin is pointing towards downward. So pabalik siya sa Earth. Now, like for example here in the diagram, now, let's just say na itong lalaki na po ito ay may inihulog na bagay. Now, kapag pababa po yung isang object, the object is dropped, its initial velocity is 0. Again, tandaan po, kapag drain up natin yung object, the initial velocity is 0. Alright? Drain up. Now, what if nagbato naman po tayo ng object upwards? Now, its velocity at the highest point of its motion will become 0. So again, kapag nagbato naman po tayo ng object pataas, yung velocity niya or the final velocity at the highest maximum velocity will become 0. Now, tandaan din po dito sa free-falling bodies or free-fall that object, lahat po ng object na ibinabato natin pataas, meron silang positive magnitude. Now, kapag yung object is pabalik directed towards the Earth, it will have negative magnitude. Now, let's have the kinematics equation in free fall. So, ito po yung mga equation that we can use to calculate for different problems in free fall bodies. Now, first one, we have B sub F is equals to B sub I plus G times the time. Ano po itong B sub F? B sub F, this is your final velocity. Para makuha po natin sa final velocity, we can equate this one as initial velocity plus gravity times time. Again, the gravity is always 9.8 meter per second squared. This is for your equation for your final velocity. Now, next we have equation for the distance. Now, paano naman po natin makukuha yung distance? Distance is given as b sub I times the time, the initial velocity times the time, plus 1/2 gt squared. This is for your distance. Now, next, let's move on to the third equation. We have bf squared, b sub f squared. Now, this is for your final velocity as well. We can equate this one as initial velocity squared plus 2gd. Again, g, this is your gravity, and d is your distance. And last equation, we have distance is equals to the quantity of vi plus bf over 2 times the time. So this is for your distance. Now, Teacher JM, gagamitin po ba natin tong mga equation for the free fall? Yes, definitely magagamit po natin tong mga equation in solving different problems involving free fall. Now, depending kung ano yung given for a specific problem, mamimili po tayo dito suiting or fitting doon sa given for a specific problem. Now, let's try to have the sample problem number 1. Now, John throws a ball vertically upwards with an initial velocity of 26.2 meters per second. Determine the height to which the ball will rise above its initial height. Again, sabi dito, si John ay nagbato ng bola vertically upwards, pataas, with an initial velocity of 26.2 meters per second. Now, ang hahanapin po natin, we should find the height to which the ball will rise above its initial height. So, hinahanap po natin dito is yung distance vertically. Alright? Now, let's try to answer the sample problem number 1. Alright, so based from the sample problem number 1, we have the following givens. So, ang given po natin, we have initial velocity of 26.2 meters per second. Now, we also have final velocity of 0. So, bakit po tayo nagkaroon ng 0 final velocity? Again, ano pong meron dito sa situation or the sample problem? Binato ni Jan pataas vertically upwards yung bola with initial velocity of 26.2 meters per second. Now, that is the initial velocity. Now, again, kapag binato natin yung bola pataas, maa-attain niya yung maximum velocity. Though that maximum velocity or the final velocity will give us 0 meters per second. Kaya, yung given natin for the final velocity is 0. Now, next, for the gravity, it will give us the given for the gravity as negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Now, question, bakit naman po siya naging negative 9.8? Ang sabi ni Teacher JM kanina, the acceleration due to gravity is given as 9.8 meter per second squared. So, since yung gravity natin is downward, ang gagamitin mo nating magnitude is negative. So, for the gravity, we can have a negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Now, required, ano pong hinahanap natin? Distance. So, in the sample problem number 1, determine the height. Height is referring to the distance. Right? Now, equation. Ano pong equation ang gagamitin natin? So, since meron po tayong given na final velocity, initial velocity, and gravity, ang gagamitin po nating initial equation is the bf squared minus bi squared plus 2gd. But that is just the initial equation. Bakit po? Kasi we need to find for the distance. Hindi ito yung equation for the distance, but we can derive the equation for the distance. Now, if we have to derive the equation for the distance, ang makukuha po nating equation is distance is equals to bf squared minus bi squared over 2g. Saan po nagaling tong equation na ito? Dito sa equation na galing doon sa kinematic equations for free fall. Alright, naintindihan po. Again, nanggaling itong equation na ito ng distance from this initial equation, na yung initial equation is given from the kinematic equations from free fall. Alright, so now let's move on to solution. Again, for the solution, we just need to substitute all of the given. The first one, we have bf squared. Alright, so since our bf is 0, automatically 0 na po yan. Minus the initial velocity, which is 26.2 meters per seconds over 2 times the gravity. So yung gravity natin is negative 9.8 meter per second squared. So that is for the solution. Now, if we perform the operations, we can calculate for the distance, which gives us the answer as 35 meters. Again, 0 minus 26.2 divided by or over 2 times the quantity of negative 9.8, that will give us 35 meters. So that is the answer for the sample problem number 1. 35 meters. I hope na clear po. Alright, next, let's move on to the sample problem number 2. Now Luke drops a pile of roof shingles from the top of a roof located 8.52 meters above the ground. Determine the time requires for the shingles or the roof shingles to reach the ground. Ang sabi dito, na-drop daw po ni Luke yung pile ng roof shingles from the top of a roof located 8.52 meters above the ground. So yung 8.52 meters natin is the distance vertically. Now, since nalaglag po ni Luke yung pile ng roof shingles from the top of a roof, it gives us the initial velocity of 0. Now, anong hinahanap natin? Determine the time requires for the shingles to reach the ground. Ang hinahanap natin, we are looking for the time. Alright, now let's try to answer the sample problem number 2. So for the given, again, the initial velocity is 0. So bakit nga po initial velocity? Kasi na-drop po, na-drop ni Luke from the top of a roof yung roof shingles. Alright, so that give us initial velocity of 0. Now for the distance, this will become negative 8.52 meters. Bakit po siya negative 8.52? Kasi it is downward motion. Pabalik po siya ng Earth. Alright, so that gives us negative 8.52 meters. And for the gravity, that will gives us also negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Now, next, required. Ang hinahanap natin is time. Alright, equation. Alright, for the equation for the sample problem number 2, ang hinahanap natin is time. So since kung babalikan natin yung kinematic equations of free fall, ang ibibigay lang na equation doon is yung distance equation. So since we need to look upon the given para mapili po natin yung right equation, so we have bi. From the given distance equation, meron tayong bi. We also have gravity and distance. Now, for us to get the time, we just need to derive it, and it will give us the time is equals to the square root of 2d over g. Again, the time is equals to the square root of 2d over g. Now for the solution, we just need to substitute all of the givens. Time is equals to the square root of 2 times negative 8.52 meters. That is your distance over the gravity, which is negative 9.8 meter per second squared. Now, if we calculate this one, we can have the answer as 1.32 seconds. So this is the answer for the sample problem number 2. Again, wag pong malilito dito. Alright, so that is for the sample problem number 2. Again, tandaan po na lahat ng objects that are thrown upwards, pataas po, they have positive magnitude. Objects that are drops or in motion downwards, they have negative magnitude. Alright, so I hope na naiintindihan po. And lastly, kapag meron tayong drinap na isang object, initially from sa taas, pababa, ang magiging initial velocity nun is 0. No, kapag nagbato tayo ng object upwards na meron tayong initial velocity, the final velocity will become 0. So I hope na clear po ang lahat. Alright, so that ends for the presentation for the week number 3 and 4. For more clarification about the sample problems, gagawin na lang po natin yon during the face-to-face. So I hope that everything is clear and I hope that you learn something from this video presentations. Thank you and goodbye.